Hello everyone. This here is going to be my own opinion on what I think are the best logos in the entirety of the NHL. So just to give you some context here, I'm going to be harsh on a lot of these logos. So I know a lot of people are really generous with logos that are older and haven't changed very much, but I have not liked very many of them. So just to start things off, the Anaheim Ducks. I actually have a popular opinion with this one. I believe that the Anaheim Ducks should use their logo from the Mighty Ducks. The Mighty Ducks logo was the duck's face that looks like a goalie mask with the sticks crossing it. That just looks so much better than this. Therefore, Anaheim Ducks, I would change. The Arizona Coyotes. With this, in the recent years, they go back and forth between the Coyote howling and then this one right here, the whole Coyote playing hockey. I actually think this one's pretty good and they should stick with it throughout their seasons. So this one, I'm putting it as a B. Boston Bruins. So this is the first one that I think is I'm gonna be pretty harsh about. Most people see this as a great logo because it's it's vintage, it's nostalgic, it's classic. But I see it as just boring. They're called the Bruins, and the Bruins is a bear. They don't have a bear in their logo. I mean, their mascot's a bear, but what is this? It looks like a wheel. Hey, the Bruins logo reminds me somewhat of the Detroit Redwings logo with the tire, but their logo is just kind of boring. So I'm putting Bruins in worst. Buffalo Sabres. I think this logo is pretty good. It does basically everything that you want in a logo, and it even just names the team, Buffalo and a saber. That's pretty straightforward. I think it's a pretty average logo. I'm putting it right in the middle at C. The Calgary Flames. I think this logo is great. A lot of people don't like just letters in their logos and being pretty simplistic with it, but I think the Flames look great. I think their jerseys, the way they mix in with the whole red jerseys with the orange secondary color, it just looks great. So I'm putting Flames in A. Carolina Hurricanes. My issue with this logo is the colors. I don't think the color combination is bad, but it doesn't go with what their team stands for. They're Hurricanes, but I guess I'm being a little critic right here. It's red, white, and black. I think that the Hurricanes logo should have blue or some white, and that's it. So I put the Hurricanes in change. The Chicago Blackhawks. This logo isn't that bad. It just looks messy. And I feel like if it's got a little facelift for newer seasons of hockey, it would look so much better. But right now, it just doesn't do it for me. It just doesn't look. There's nothing that really pops about it like the Flames. Like the Flames pops. That looks great to me. But the Blackhawks don't do it. Now, with the Colorado Avalanche here, I'm mixed with this logo. It has the A for Avalanche, and then the actual physical Avalanche is a C. And it's a detailed logo and all, but it just doesn't do it for me. For me, it might be the color of the A, but I only see it as a middle card type logo, so I'm putting it for a C. Columbus Blue Jackets. This logo just has way too much going on. There's a lot to it, very patriotic, but with the arena, they fire a cannon every time they score, and they used to have a logo of the actual cannon. And I think that one looks so much better than what they use now. So I think that should be changed. Dallas Stars. This logo is just a mess. Back when Minnesota used to be the North Stars, they could have had a better star logo than what Dallas has here. And Dallas took that from Minnesota. I mean, you see the star right here, and it's not even the centerpiece of the logo. You mainly see the D with the background of the star. I like their alternate jersey of the neon green, but It just doesn't do it for me. That's not good. Detroit Red Wings. This one I always see in other hockey channels best overall logo. But the way I see it, it's a logo that needs a facelift. It looks good, but it just, I don't know, it just doesn't make sense to me. I think it needs a bit touching and more like thicker coloring around it. And once it gets that, it'd be a little better. So I'd put that in C. The Edmonton Oilers. The Oilers are one of my favorite teams besides another team that I have not mentioned yet on this list. The thing with the Oilers logo is that I think the jerseys look great. Their main jersey with the primary orange, and their alternate where it's primary for the navy blue. But their away jersey just doesn't look very good with this logo. But other than the two I mentioned, their logo matches it pretty well. But the Oilers logo overall, it's a little bit better than average, but I'm putting it in B. Florida Panthers. A lot of people think the Florida Panthers should go back to their old logo of the Panther jumping at you, but I think that logo doesn't look very good, and it kind of looks like an AHL logo to me. But I don't like this logo either, so I don't know how to change it, nor do I think this one looks good either. So I'm putting Florida in worst. The LA Kings. Like most people, I don't like the black on white or the shield logo. What I think they should do is just go back to what they used to be and follow the Lakers and go with their original colors. The Minnesota Wild. Like a friend of mine said, what are they so wild about? I don't know, but on the other hand, their logo is incredible. I only recently found out that their logo is a bear. I thought it was a reptile, but it is a bear. But you see, it looks crazy. There's a lot of detail in it, lots of colors, and in the eye is the North Star. I think that's super cool. I'm putting the Wild at A. The Montreal Canadiens. Another original 6 team, but I'll be a little less harsh about them. I think their logo is pretty good. I like the H in the center for the halves. Overall, it's a pretty good logo. I'll put it in B. Nashville Predators. It's the coloring of the logo. It's a ferocious logo, which is good for hockey, but like, I don't know. I would redesign it. I'll give it a few more designs of a Predator look like this, and maybe it would look better. So for that, I would change this. New Jersey Devils. With this one, it's an okay logo, but I don't know how I would change it because it does everything it needs to do. It has an N and it has a J from New Jersey, and it also looks like a devil. But it just doesn't do it for me. I see it as an average logo, so I put it in C. The New York Islanders. This one's pretty similar to New Jersey. I don't know how I would change it to make it look better. I like what it does with the New York NY and the Y is a hockey stick, and the dot of the I for Islanders is Long Island. But I do really like the team's colors. I would not change that. But I don't know what else I'd do other than that. So it goes in C. The Rangers. Rangers are one of my least favorite teams in the entirety of the NHL. But like that has nothing to do with their logo. With their logo, on the other hand, it's just a shield and it says New York Rangers. It's almost as basic as the Capitals. In my opinion, the Rangers should use their logo of the Statue of Liberty. That one is a great logo, and I think they should use that going forward. So with Rangers, I'd put in change. The Ottawa Senators. A lot of people don't like this logo because it reminds them of the Flyers, or it just doesn't pop enough. But to me, it looks a lot better than the Senator logo they used prior to this one, of just the Spartan, the front view Spartan. This one is definitely an improvement to me, so I'm giving Senators a B. Philadelphia Flyers. I've seen so many people judge this logo and give it a terrible rating, but at the same time give the Calgary Flames a much, much higher rating. To me, they are very similar. The Flames, it's their letter of this town, and it does the effect of the name. The Flyers do the same thing. Philadelphia, it's flying, so it has like flying effect to it. I don't like it as much as the Flames, just because I like the coloring of the Flames more. So Flyers for me would be. Now this is where my bias really kicks in. A lot of channels for hockey absolutely despises the Penguins, but for me, they're my favorite team in the NHL. And I'm a whole sucker for logos that have directly to do with the sport they're playing in. So on top of my favorite team being the Penguins, the Penguin is playing hockey, and I think that's just so creative and cool. So I'm putting the Penguins in the best. San Jose Sharks. Probably my second favorite logo in the entirety of the NHL. If I was a Sharks fan, I probably would have put them in the best of, except the Penguins. But for me, the Sharks, the shark breaking the stick is just so cool. Some people think the logo they used to use, the all-black shark breaking the stick, is better, but to me they're pretty similar, so I'm putting the Sharks in at A. The Seattle Kraken. They're relatively new to the NHL. As I'm recording this, they've only had one season and they do not play very good. But on the other hand, they have an incredibly cool logo. Their colors are amazing, and I forget who their goalie is, but their goalie's helmet is like the Kraken. It just looks great. I'm excited to see what they do along the line of their seasons, but I think the Kraken have one of the best logos in the NHL. St. Louis Blues. I compare this one with the Islanders in New Jersey. It's not the coolest logo in the world, but there's not much you can change based on what the team's theme is. I understand the wing. I may be missing some context with the wing on it, if that is a wing, but I do like the notes that go along it, just like how their jerseys have. So I'm putting it with the ones that confuse me a little. Let's see. Tampa Bay Lightning. The issue with them is it's their colors and logo. For me, I would just rebrand the entire team to something else. Like, I don't know how I would change this. I just don't like their logo. It looks really basic. Like, it doesn't have any cool shadowing or anything crazy about it like Kraken. The Kraken has a whole design going down the whole thing that looks like identical of the Kraken. But it's just a lightning bolt with a circle, all in the same color. It's just not very interesting. That's why it goes to worst. Toronto Maple Leafs. Toronto Maple Leafs, a lot of people dislike, but I think they're one of the few original 6 teams that has a very good logo. So I think they should go in B. Reason is, it's the most unique looking of the original 6. Even though I have the Canadiens here, I do like the Maple Leafs just a little bit more. The Vancouver Connects. This team just confuses me in general. I don't know why they're called a Canucks, Canadian crap, but why is it an orca? I only found out it was an orca recently, and I'm assuming it's breaching water right here, but then it looks like it's also a tail to the orca. I think they should change the logo to, I don't know, maybe make it similar to the Canadiens logo, but or change the name to something around orca and maybe do something with the orca that's similar to the Kraken logo. But for me, Canucks go and change. The Las Vegas Golden Knights. I think out of the whole bunch of teams they use a shield for like a logo. They do it the best. The Golden Knights are a very criticized team because when they first joined the NHL, they had immediately some of the best players in the league and immediately went to the Stanley Cup final in their first season. I don't count that against them. I just like to enjoy hockey, and that's really it. I think their logo is very nice, so I'm putting the Golden Knights logo an A. Washington Capitals. That's an immediate change. The Capitals are my actual least favorite logo in the entirety of the league. It's incredibly basic and lazy. But the only cool thing about it is the fact the L is a hockey stick. But to me, the entire logo is an L in general. They should just stick with the eagle that's like sky, like diving from the sky, or make some unique logo with their Capitol buildings, because they're capitals, have the Capitol building. That's a logo, not just the word Capitals. Now, lastly, the freaking Jets. I actually like this logo. A lot of, if there are Jets, it has a Jets or a jet on it, and it does what it needs to do to me. It's an average logo in my opinion, but it does what it needs to do. That's why it goes to C. And that's my opinion. This right here is what I believe are the best looking logos in the league to the worst. So overall, I'm biased to like the Penguins more than obviously the Rangers.